Hello darlings, it's your favorite girl Sadicka and I am back for another video, and today we are talking about discipline over motivation. I know a lot of us think that motivation is great, we aspire to always be motivated, but the reality of it is you are not always going to be motivated. And motivation is actually very fleeting, very much so like our feelings. They can change, they can come and go. But discipline is the thing that will allow for you to live the desired life that you want, that will allow for you to accomplish the goals that you have in mind, and will also allow for you to remain consistent and persistent regardless of how you are feeling. So if there are things that you want to accomplish in your life, and if there are things that you want to change in your life, you are going to need to get disciplined and stay disciplined instead of trying to chase motivation. For me personally, discipline over motivation has actually changed my life. There are times where I don't feel motivated or I don't even really feel in the mood to do things, but I have to get disciplined and force myself to get it done regardless of how it is that I'm feeling. But also sometimes give yourself grace and do what is best for you and don't force yourself. But if you really want to change your life and make your dreams come true and achieve those goals that you have in mind, you are going to need to be disciplined. So for example, I wanted to film this video yesterday. I was not in the mood, I was rushing, I had so many other things to do, so I wasn't able to film this video. So I gave myself grace and promised myself that I would do it today. So today, regardless of if I'm feeling motivated or not, I have had to get disciplined and I have had to get ready, sit here, prop up this camera and make sure that I am filming this video because I need to be disciplined over being motivated. As I mentioned earlier, motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes. Sometimes you wake up and you're feeling motivated and that's great. But unfortunately, motivation is unreliable. You may wake up feeling motivated and then shortly into your day get some bad news or hear something that kind of upsets you, and then now all of a sudden your motivation is gone. You want to take a nap, you want to lay down and watch TV, or just forget the world exists. And you can go ahead and do that. But every time that you make those types of decisions, you push yourself further and further away from your desired goals and your dreams and the destination that you hope to get to. If you know that you have goals in mind and you have desires and you have things that you want to come to fruition, I am here to let you know that you need to be disciplined. You cannot rely on your motivation because your motivation is not reliable. It can change just like the seasons and just like the weather. But discipline is real grounded. It is steady and it is actually reliable. It is not as easily changing. And when you are choosing to be disciplined, you are choosing to show up for yourself regardless of how it is that you're feeling. I know for me, especially as a creative, I used to wait to feel inspired. Sometimes I'd wait to have the right mood or to feel a certain way in order to get things done, in order to have the creative juices flowing before I would record a video. I was always waiting for something, waiting for that motivation, waiting for the inspiration to hit. But the longer I waited, the longer it was taking for my dreams and desires to come true. I had to push past waiting for motivation or waiting to feel a certain way, and I had to create a standard of discipline. And as I've been able to do that, I have been able to change my life. And I really enjoy listening to successful people on podcasts and in interviews to see how it is that they've been able to achieve their goals and dreams. And the one thing that I've realized that has been consistent amongst most of them is that they had to get up and get things done even when they didn't feel like it. Even when it didn't seem like it was the easy thing to do. They had to make a choice to be disciplined instead of waiting on motivation. Discipline is not punishment, although it may feel like it in the moment. Discipline is actually a form of self-respect and also self-love. When you think about it, you don't only want to be loved when you're in a good mood or showing up as your best possible self. You want to be loved all the time by the people in your life. You want people to show up for you all the time. But that also starts with you. You need to be disciplined. You need to show up for yourself. You need to love yourself, and you need to respect yourself. And as you set that tone and set that standard, you are also going to be able to attract those things into your life from other people, number one. And number two, if people are coming into your life and they are not meeting that standard, you will easily let them go, because you know what you are worth, you know what you are deserving of, and when you are providing it for yourself, you know what it takes and you know that it's possible, so you won't accept anything less from anybody else. There is a quote that says, discipline is saying, I deserve to show up for the life I want, even when I don't feel like it. As I mentioned earlier, motivation is a feeling. It changes, but your discipline does not. Your discipline is reliable. So making that choice to show up for the life that you desire, whether you feel like it or not, is going to allow for you to have the things that you want so badly. You are going to have to make a mental shift and a change in your life in order to have the things that you want. There's also a saying, in order to have things that you have never had, you are going to have to do things that you have never done before. For example, if you want to live a healthy life, being disciplined means showing up for yourself even when you're not in the mood. It means eating healthier, making better decisions with your diet, going to the gym even when you don't feel like it. And so many gym people or people that enjoy working out will tell you, I didn't really feel like going to the gym today, but I forced myself to come and I feel amazing after being here. I think Jay Shetty once said that you are able to tell that you are making good decisions in your life when it doesn't feel good whilst you are doing it, but it feels good after the fact. For example, when you are eating chocolate, it feels real good. When you're cheating on your diet, it feels real good in that moment. But after the fact, you may be feeling guilty, you may have a stomach ache, you may break out, you may have other consequences that don't feel as nice. And then you realize that that moment of pleasure maybe wasn't really worth the consequences that have come with it. Procrastinating and sitting down and watching a movie instead of posting that thing on your business or posting that piece of content or going out there and applying to jobs. It may feel good in that moment, but in the long run, the consequence is not worth it. Showing up to the gym and working out may not feel good in that moment though. It may be tough, it may be hard. Staying up late to work on your business plan or applying to jobs, it may not feel good in that moment. But after the fact, when you've had the workout and you see the results, you're going to feel amazing. When you get the job that you've been applying to, you're going to feel amazing. So sometimes when you are making certain choices, during that choice, it won't feel good. But after the fact, it will. So ask yourself the next time you are making a choice, is this short-term pleasure worth the consequences that's going to happen afterwards? Or should I remain disciplined and do the thing that I maybe don't necessarily want to do, but I know I need to do it in order for me to reap the rewards later? Sometimes we need to have delayed gratification, because that can be the thing that can allow for you to have the life that you want to live. And that is the whole point of my channel and the content that I create. I want us to be able to develop ourselves so that we can live our dream life. In the book Atomic Habits, it talks about how when you create an identity shift, it makes it a lot easier for you to create new habits. So instead of just saying, I need to be disciplined, see yourself as a disciplined person. See yourself as someone that is business-minded, or someone that is healthy, or someone that makes great decisions. And when you see yourself as that, it is going to be easier for you to show up and go to the gym, for you to show up and post on social media, or to work on your business, because you have created an identity shift and you see yourself as a specific person, And therefore, when you see yourself as that person, it is going to be a lot easier for you to make choices and habits that align with the person that you see yourself as, instead of forcing yourself to do certain things that don't seem like they align with who you are. You grow when you stop negotiating with yourself. You grow when you say, I already decided who I want to be, so this action is non-negotiable. And that kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying about changing your identity and being clear on who it is that you want to be, and then you are able to have actions and habits that align with that. And as I mentioned earlier, that is from a book that I've been reading called Atomic Habits, which you guys can find in my Amazon storefront. And that book has honestly been changing my life. It talks about the 1% rule and how if you do one thing better each day, or try to even take action one step at a time each day, you are going to find yourself a lot further than trying to do everything all at once. So today I challenge you to pick something that you want to be disciplined about. Shift your identity. Allow yourself to believe that you are that dream person that you want to be. Whether it's a business person, whether it's a rich person, whether it's a happy person, a healthy person, whatever it is, make that identity shift. Choose what it is that you want to be disciplined about. Create new habits and take the steps to do the actions that will allow for you to be that person and show up as that person. Comment down below what it is that you're choosing to be disciplined about this week, and let us all hold each other accountable so that we can actually make our goals, dreams, and desires come to fruition. Because it's one thing to manifest and pray about things and ask God for things, but if we aren't taking the steps towards making those things happen, we are not going to be able to just receive those blessings in our lap. For example, if you're praying for your business to thrive, but you're not posting about your business, you're not going out there and networking, how will you ever meet those clients or those people that could invest in your business or help you? You have to meet God halfway. You have to be disciplined and take the steps that is required from you so that you can also get the blessings from God. There's a saying that faith without works is dead. You can't have all this faith and all these desires and be praying and wishing and hoping, but not working towards it. Your faith must match your work. And that is making sure that you have faith and you are being disciplined over motivation, so that you can then receive all the blessings that God has in store for you. The last thing that I want to leave you guys with is that discipline is loving yourself enough to do the hard things because you know that you deserve the results. I know it's a lot easier said than done, and you may not be perfect every time, but come back to this video whenever you need a reminder. Comment so someone likes your comment so that you come back to this every time that you need the reminder to be disciplined instead of trying to rely on your motivation. I want to thank you, darlings, for watching this video. I love and appreciate you so much. Remember to comment what it is that you are choosing to be disciplined about so we can hold each other accountable, and come back and also let me know how it works out for you. I love to celebrate your wins with you and to see how far we get. And you know, everyone deserves someone rooting for them, and everyone also deserves someone that is there to congratulate them and let them know that they've done a good job. And I hope that I can be that for you and everybody else that is subscribed here, because we're all a family, can be that for you as well. I love you, and God loves you even more, and I'll see you, darlings, in the next one. Bye.